Following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome into Mornings on Main Street on this Friday, November the 19th, 2021, which begins, my friends, from now until January 1st is the best, hold on, let me do my math, 31, 11, 40-something days of the year because we got Thanksgiving next week. We roll into the Christmas season. Everybody's in better spirits. We lift each other up. We have a great time. And so it is truly the most wonderful time of the year. So thank you for being with us today on this great show. We got a lot of fun stuff for you. We got Christmas trees we're going to talk about. We got a big event happening in Murfreesboro tonight that's going to turn out the community that's not football related, but still a lot of fun. We're going to show you a great man who's doing something special, give you something to smile about for the Rock and Roll Marathon, how you can be a part of it. And at 7:40, we will get you ready for a big night of high school football all around Middle Tennessee when Russell Van Nosey from Main Street Preps joins us. So we got a lot of fun for you this morning. As we do every morning this time, let's bring in the intern who is off to a great start this morning, working feverishly behind the scenes. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, Joe. How are you doing this morning?
Good to see you. I see you got the plant back there. You combed your hair. I mean, you're looking good today.
Thank you, man. I actually got a haircut recently, so I appreciate it.
Well done. What is that like? I truly have not been to a barber since 2002.
To be honest, it's kind of an inconvenience. I wait really a long time. The last time I went to Great Clips, and the person cutting my hair told me that I should never wait that long again. So, yeah, it's kind of inconvenient.
Well, because if the longer you wait, she loses business.
Yeah, probably. Or she was just saying my hair was too ridiculously long, which it was.
Do you know what hey, do me a favor. Here, I want you to grow a mullet out for me. I'll pay you. I want you to grow a mullet.
No payment necessary. I will do it.
Okay. Also, you need to invest in a Flowbee.
What's that?
You look it up and you'll see. All right. Hey, while I've got you here, I have a problem with something that happened last night, and it's really bugging me. And I'm going to put a picture up for us right here. All right. So last night we went to the lighting at the Gaylord Opryland Resort for the Christmas lighting, right? Oak Ridge boys were there. Sounded fantastic. But after it's done with, a lady that's running the show there said, "Hey, would you like a picture with Bumble?" And I'm thinking, not the dating app? No, thanks. And she says, "No, Bumble." And I walk up. I had no idea till last night that the abominable snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, his name was Bumble. Did you know this?
I did not know that. I did not know that at all. I wonder how you would even find that out.
I've watched that show, intern, 1,000 times, and not once did they ever call him Bumble. Did I miss something?
I don't think so. I think that they never have mentioned it. That's not on you.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to not it's tough to look at Bumble when you see how handsome I am. So the problem is, in turn, is that I put last night, and people are like, oh yeah, it's been Bumble. But if you're watching this morning on our little chat box, you can drop a line in there and see if I'm wrong on this. And it really bugged me because it's my favorite Christmas show, and yet people are telling me that his name's Bumble.
We should have him on the show and talk about that.
Bumble?
Yeah.
Well, he has to go to the dentist. That's his problem.
Gotcha.
So we get him off of that, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so here we go. We're gonna show some stuff for you this morning. The latest headlines from Main Street, Nashville. Here we go again, Joe. Figure the screen out, and we'll do it. We'll have a tutorial about this later on. And maybe this is it, huh? Yeah, there we go. Did that work, Justin?
Yes, it sure did.
Friday, November 19th, 2021. There you go. Great picture on the front page of the e-edition of this morning's Main Street Nashville. And last night was a fun time. Larry McCormick, outstanding photographer. Great pictures as always. And there's the event happening last night. We'll pull this other stuff up for you a second. Also, and you've seen this, our Governor Bill Lee makes recruiting pitch to officers resisting vaccine rules. Vivian Jones with the story. 71-second video released Wednesday. Bill Lee encouraged officers in places like, we'll go back over here, New York and Los Angeles to come to Tennessee, work in Tennessee. We will not get between you and your doctor. You can check out the video there on the page there. So you'll see things with Bill Lee. Moving on down the line. This story yesterday, good. It's a good ending. The missing Gallatin boy found safe in California. Josh Cross with the story. This came out yesterday morning. Authorities located Noah Clare, his father Jacob, and their relative Amber Clare near San Clemente, California on Thursday. This was a story we're all following around Middle Tennessee, and we're so glad that it ended peacefully and well, and the little boy will be coming back home. Beautiful little boy. So very glad that ended well. All right, so intern, a guy we've had on the show many times, dear friend of mine. Look at this. Great article today by Lori Everett, former TV reporter Justin Beasley.
The man.
Wants to make Mount Juliet shine brighter. He's their first ever PI. That's a public information officer. So he's Mount Juliet's first ever public information officer. And my man gives me a shout out. He says, when the shutdown happened, working at Channel 4, I didn't want to wait. And he was a sports reporter for Sports Return. I'd help my station out however I could. So I sent an email, asked my bosses how I could help out. They moved me to the morning show with Joe Dubin, now the host of Main Street's Media Digital Morning Show, award-winning show, because I think it's award-winning, and then a nice little article on Justin Beasley. So thank you very much with the article today, Lori. But right below that is another important story. Intern, you live up here in the palatial county of Wilson County. Do you see this?
Absolutely.
Xavier Smith.
I hadn't seen it, but I go to I have been to Roxy a lot. So
well, when you turn 21, you can do this. You can you can buy beer.
Right.
And you need to turn in your fake ID to me too as well, because this show, we have a lot of accountability on this show.
Right. I'll have to give it back to you because you let me use yours, remember?
That's right. Good call. So that's really cool. And I don't know why more theaters don't do this, I guess. I mean, it's more revenue. So the story about Xavier Smith, Roxy Theater in Lebanon plans to sell beer. If approved, the theater could begin beer sales next year. I like going to the movies, intern. I think it's fun. It's an escape. I don't like sitting on my couch and watching HBO Max and that stuff. I like being in the big theater. Am I weird with that?
No, I agree with that. I like being in the theater as well.
Okay. Just don't sit next to me. I like to have three. The only person who could ever sit next to me in the theater was my daughter. That's it. I like to have at least 3 seats between me and whomever. Okay, so this is a national banner. We have this on the story in the e-edition every day, Main Street Media. This is from 1951, okay? There is a Christmas parade that's happening. Do you see what it says there in the middle of the screen? Intern.
Oh, are you asking me? Sorry.
No,
yes.
Who am I talking to, the ghost in the room? Of course it's you. 300,000 expected for the Christmas parade in 1951.
Wow.
You can see this in the national banner. It's part of the e-news edition for Main Street Media. Wow. 300,000 expected for this event. Now, we talk about the draft, how about 500,000 people in there. I had no idea that a Christmas parade, they're expecting 300,000 in 1951.
That's insane. Just downtown Nashville?
Just downtown Nashville.
Wow.
So that is unbelievable. All right, so coming up at 7:40, Russell Van Nosy will join us as we talk about the big night of high school football that's going on. And again, the paper, so many articles and stories on high school football and athletics. That's what I originally found out about Main Street was the great coverage of high school football. And Tyler Palminteri's got a great story about DCA. Full disclosure, my son plays for DCA. They were 0-10 a few years ago, and now they're just one win away from going to the state championship. Great story today from Tyler about DCA and struggling back up to get where they are. So that's all the stuff you can see when you get to the E-News edition of Main Street Media. So there you go, intern. All right, a lot of fun for you this morning. When we come back, Christmas trees are now going up in lots, and it benefits such a great cause. And the Boy Scouts do a wonderful job of putting them together, and it raises money. So coming up, we're going to take you to Murfreesboro and talk to Nick Nichols about how this all transpires and everything goes through with Christmas trees. So we'll have a lot of fun with that. That's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Dental coverage may be a small investment, but it has big benefits because dental coverage and preventive oral care leads to more than a healthier smile. It leads to a healthier life overall. Delta Dental makes it easy to get the care you need. With the nation's largest network, you're more likely to find or keep a dentist you love. And with comprehensive coverage and additional discounts, you'll have benefits you love too. Make a lasting investment in your oral and overall health with coverage from Delta Dental. Visit deltadentaltn.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Ryan. I'm the co-owner of Zaxby's along with Lee Oliver. This is a place that mamas and daddies can be really comfortable to send their kids to for a first job. It's a place that you can have fun, feel really good about the place that you work, get paid well, have a good time. If you want to apply, you can go to applynow.com and Zaxby's will be on there. We love it when we get some great folks here at Zaxby's.
I was going through a really hard time in my life. I was missing 12 teeth. I would cover my mouth. Mentally, it was so draining to have to constantly worry about who's going to see it, because your first impression in somebody is their smile.
Delta Dental of Tennessee and the Smile 180 Foundation, transforming lives and communities one smile at a time.
My smile gives me my voice. My smile gives me my passion. My smile gives me my drive. My smile gives me everything.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. A lot of fun this morning. I'm still upset about the story of the abominable snowman, and evidently he is, from the chats, from the message I'm getting, his name is Bumble, and they mentioned it in the show, and I didn't know that. So I'll have to work through my feelings for the rest of the day. But this next segment is going to help us bring in Nick Nichols with the Boy Scout of America Troop 197 in Murfreesboro. Big weekend as they're going to start selling Christmas trees. And Nick, I got to tell you, man, first thing I remember was like back in May and June, and Christmas is 5 months away, and here we are.
Yeah, it goes quick. It goes really quick, and there's a lot of prep that we have to do. It really starts immediately after we sell out of our last trees. We start looking at how many we sold and look at what our customer base is and start contacting the tree farm to see what they can support for the next year. We got actually 40% less trees than what we had requested.
Oh, wow.
And, right now everybody's aware, quote unquote, the supply chain issues that are going on. But this isn't really anything, because we don't get them from China. We don't get them from overseas. These are locally grown. So these come from just across the state line in North Carolina, from Banner Elk, North Carolina. And it's really weather phenomenon. These trees take 7 to 10 years to grow. And so it's really a matter of storm damage and the damage from the hurricanes that have come through in the last 7 to 10 years that have kind of wreaked havoc on the hills over there. And then a matter of the economy. So 10 years ago, the economy was kind of heading downhill. and places like Lowe's and Home Depot bought up a lot of the farms around that area to plant smaller balsam and pine type trees. So the Fraser firs, which is what we sell, which is a
Right.
premium tree, those kind of fell off, and there are fewer of them out there. So uh, right now we're hitting this lower end of a bell-shaped curve of what's available. So this year we really have trailed off. Um, we were looking for 500. Actually, we requested 525. They came back and said we might be able to squeeze 500, and then it came as a shock to us in March. They said, not only can we not get you the 500, we can only get you 330 is what they initially offered us.
Goodness.
We were able to bump them up, but they also came back and said, smaller sellers out there, other Boy Scout troops and other small tree lots, were going to get cut off completely. So we know a troop up in Cincinnati that gets no trees this year. So it's rough all around.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. I mean,
Yep.
we had them last year, and all of a sudden we don't have them. It's got to be extremely frustrating for you guys.
It is in a manner, but it's just a process of demand and a process of the environment. Really, speaking to the tree farm up there, their stock has dwindled because of the storm damage, and there's a lot of trees up there that they would love to sell, but there's been so much damage to them, they just, in good conscience, can't. So they have to get the trees back to a healthy stock before they could even think about releasing them. So the product that we offer, there again, it's a premium tree. It has to have all four sides that are symmetrical and presentable, and they're not going to allow anything to go off their farm that's in bad condition. So
that's mind-boggling. Now let's talk about the positives. You do have
Yep.
trees coming.
We do have trees. We have less than what we wanted, but we do have 373 trees that are coming in. They'll be delivered. They'll be coming in first thing tomorrow morning. So we'll be lined up out there offloading to stock our lot. Our boys will show up and we'll get our offload going. And then our sales will actually start Sunday afternoon as soon as church lets out. And at 1 p.m. on Sunday is when the sales actually start.
Now, where are you guys located for people that are watching?
So for people that are watching, we are located at 2511 New Salem Highway, which is Highway 99 in Murfreesboro. So if you're coming through Murfreesboro, it's exit 80 off of I-24 heading west. And we're located between Cason Lane and St. Andrews, kind of catty corner from the Walmart. So you'll see us. We're right on the highway, and we have the only Christmas tree lot located on the highway.
You know, it's funny, Nick, back in the old days, it used to be like, hey, when you come to this fork in the road, take a left. Now, for every city you go to, it's like you'll find the Walmart, and we're not far from the Walmart.
Yeah, it used to be the Dollar General store, but that's now they've rebranded that one. But yeah,
Right.
It's kind of funny. There's the old adage goes, when you see the fork in the road, take it.
There you go. Let's talk about the Boy Scouts. I mean,
Sure.
Your guys put a lot of work in for this, don't they?
They do. As you can see behind you, the that wood frame structure there, that's the corral that we hold the trees in. There is a lot of physical labor that goes into setting these structures up. We have just the older boys that come in and participate doing that manual labor, setting those structures up. But behind the scenes, there is a lot of other planning and operations that goes into it, and we try to get the boys involved in all of that. There's salesmanship that goes into it. There's leadership that goes into the planning, and since this is a boy-led troop, there's a lot of leadership that they have to get involved in order to understand how this functions. Because a lot of times people come in and say, well, they're just boys, but they're boys today. We're raising men. And so they have to understand the aspects of, what happens tomorrow, what happens in the future. How does this impact their lives going, on and on from this point? And so these guys, they really get involved in the process. Once the trees come off the truck, it's physical labor getting 300, 400, 500 trees off a truck. And those trees are fairly heavy. The smaller ones are fairly lightweight, but we have trees that are, 10 feet in length.
Wow.
And that's not total length. That's just base length from where the branches start to the tip. And those trees can weigh 80 pounds, 90 pounds
Woo.
each. And so when you're slinging those off the truck, that banding process, and the guys get into it, and they're very proud of being able to go through and do that repetitive. And when it's said and done, they have everything lined up and stacked and ready to go, and then they go, "Hey, look at what I've accomplished."
Yeah.
And then getting that from the staging area to the lot and getting that prepped so that when the customers show up and they see that, hey, look at this beautiful product that we have ready. And then the smell that comes off of that. I mean, you smell that fresh Fraser fir smell. Immediately it's Christmas is coming, and that the season has begun.
Fantastic. Nick, thank you. You have a busy weekend. Sunday, 1:00. People go see Nick and the Boy Scout Troop 197 for all the hard work they do there. Nick, thank you so much, man. I appreciate your time.
Thanks so much, Joe.
And thank you for your service, man, all the years in the military. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Nick Nichols from Boy Scout Troop 197. Really cool. All right. That's one side of Murfreesboro. Tonight, there's another big event happening on the other side of Murfreesboro. Not football related, but it is football related. That's a tease. Back with more right after this.
Christmas for Kids is back at the Ryman this November 22nd. Christmas for Kids provides children with shopping sprees, coats, and an unforgettable experience every year. This annual fundraising concert helps bring that experience to more kids. This year's event will be hosted by Phil Vassar with performances from Jeffrey Steele, Eddie Montgomery, Brett James, Russell Dickerson, November Blue, and more. Christmas for Kids, November 22nd. To purchase tickets, go to Ryman.com.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I thought I could hold my liquor.
All right, welcome back to Morning Zone Main Street. It's time to talk a little football, but not what you expect. Let's bring in Coach Turkish from the Murfreesboro Soccer Club. How are you, Coach?
Big Joe, congratulations on the new gig.
Oh, it's so good to see you, and thank you very much. We had fun last year on TV. We'll have fun today. Talk about the big event tonight, the Clash of the Titans. Explain what the Clash of the Titans is.
Joe, yeah, it was a cold morning last year. Another cold one this year as well. The Clash of the Titans is basically we do have several programs in the Murfreesboro Soccer Club. One of them being the competitive program. Competitive program coaches get together, split into teams of two. play against each other. Last year, my team lost 2-0 against my director of coaching, Alan. So we want to play better this year and take the title again.
We are talking football, soccer, football, and everything. Last year, great turnout, great crowd. People didn't care about the weather. What do you hope you get this year? The same kind of result from last year? Although I know you want to win, but for community-wise, what would you like to see?
Well, actually, we've sold a lot of tickets this year as well. So the kids are free with a paying parent. We kind of expanded the program this year. So what we did, we also have a recreational program side. So we'll actually start at 6 p.m. tonight with the recreational volunteer coach program playing at 6 p.m. So that's our Clash of the Titans. It's the day of it. So if you, I can share the screen with you if you want. But yeah, there's a basically they'll play. The volunteer coaches will play at 6 p.m. and then the main event will be at 7:30 with the academy and select coaches taking the stand. We're expecting about 400 or 500 people at the stands tonight. Looking forward to it. Definitely, it really helps the program in terms of scholarship players that we want to encourage and join us. So any community members that cannot afford to play the program, we do have several financial aid programs that we support players that could not be able to afford the program.
Coach Turkish, the website is fantastic, and the landing page, everything is really well done. And you're just more than a soccer club, aren't you?
Well, if you go to the core values, yes, we do. We do a lot of community events since we started after the COVID protocols. What we try to do is really get down dirty with the community and make sure that we approach them. We've signed Pinnacle Financial Partners as one of our big sponsor. They're helping us out with our coaching education programs. Additionally, again, scholarship players. We have 2J's Grill, one of our main sponsors, as well as a local Jimmy John's. Another community member, Taylor Farms. They provide our prepackaged salads that we sell in our bistro. So we try to do a lot of community events and approach so that we can really stay connected with the community.
All right, so the event tonight, Clash of the Titans on the board there. So it starts at 6, or should we get there early, around 5 or so?
Yeah, the doors will open at 5 o'clock. We'll have some door prizes in there early. We'll have some merchandise sales. We'll have some food trucks available. So we have obviously we have a bistro, but we actually have the bistro crew join us and have fun during the event as well. So we invite food trucks instead.
That is fantastic. And I want to hit what you talked about a few moments ago about families that can't afford to play soccer and how you guys still welcome them into the club. That's vastly important, Coach. That's huge for families that don't have a lot of money.
So one of the things, like if any of the families that are getting a free lunch from any of the city schools or county schools, they will play for free within our recreational program. So they will definitely, if they bring that paperwork from the school, we register them, enroll them to the program any time of the year for spring and fall. The spring season for recreational soccer starts in March, but the registration starts early during the month of January. We do have several events that we do at Dick's Sporting Goods. Online registration is always open. If you go to the program section, you'll see on the registration as well. We also have what we call the outreach program for soccer. This is for special ed players. This is also a free program. We do hold that every Friday during the season. So when the season starts, every Friday night, we have certified trainers that train and work with our special ed players.
I'm just going down looking at all you do. Again, I mean, it's more than just showing up with your soccer ball and doing a practice. I mean, you guys, Coach, every community needs you. This is amazing.
We appreciate that, Joe.
Yeah, I mean,
with your help, we can definitely achieve that.
I don't have a question. That's a statement of everything that you guys got going on. All right, so get there at 5 o'clock tonight at the soccer complex and sit back and watch. And I've been told this is a very competitive game between you guys.
It sure is, Joe. We do have some guest players as well.
Uh-oh.
So we're looking forward to it. I think this is going to be an event that we're going to hold every year during the same time. So this is Clash of the Titans 2. So you can definitely, you could call it Revenge of the Titans versus the first one, but we'll see how it goes.
That's fantastic.
The ball is round.
You got my number. Anytime you need to promote anything, just send me a note and we'll put you on the show, Coach.
We appreciate that, Joe. You guys are doing an awesome job. Keep up the good work.
All right. Thank you, Coach Turkish. Really appreciate you. For the Murfreesboro Soccer Club, what a great event. And just to give back to the community that way and let kids come and play that can't afford it. God bless you guys. That's amazing. All right. We got another great story on the other side. A young man and his wife are the Rock and Roll Marathon this weekend, but they need your help for a special community, and it's something to smile about. And we'll have that for you next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
I look at it as building relationships. I've got, my phone has got the phone number of every head football coach, every basketball coach, every baseball coach, every softball coach, every athletic director in Wilson County in it. If something ever happens to me, that phone's going to be a pretty good commodity for somebody. And I've known these people. I grew up in Wilson County. I went to Lebanon High School. I went to Cumberland when it was a junior college. I am now covering even some grandchildren of guys I went to school with.
Donaldson Hermitage Chamber of Commerce invites you to our second annual holiday market at the Mansion, presented by Gaylord Opryland's A Country Christmas at the historic Two Rivers Mansion on McGavick Pike in Donaldson. November 19th and 20th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can shop over 50 unique vendors. Get your gifts wrapped. Get a photo with Santa. Pick up some fabulous grub at the fantastic food trucks while listening to music. Oh, and you can pick out a Christmas tree. All before Black Friday and all while shopping local. Don't miss it.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. We do have something for you to smile about right now. Always something to smile about, brought to you by Delta Dental of Tennessee. Now offering dental and vision plans for groups and individuals. Learn more at deltadentaltn.com. You know, the Rock and Roll Marathon is this weekend, and a lot of great things happen in this race. People realizing they've completed a marathon or half marathon. But there's some special things also that are going on benefiting our community. Let's bring in singer, the very talented Ryan Kinder this morning, who is on a mission for the Rock and Roll Marathon to bring smiles to Waverly. Ryan, good morning, sir.
Morning. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for doing this. I know it's early, man. I really appreciate it. Tell me about, is it Kinder's Kids, the what you're doing?
Yes, sir. Kinder's Kids.
That is for, take it away.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the whole story. 2011, there was a tornado in Tuscaloosa, and me and Heather and most of my friends were almost killed by it. And once we got out of the house, we started going to try and help people. And I remember coming across a family that was standing on a slab, what used to be the foundation of their house, completely gone. And there was a child clutching a teddy bear. And that was the only thing she had. And that image stuck with me forever. And once I started touring a lot, I realized I could do something with my rider, and a rider's like water, towels, anything you might need backstage. So I started asking every venue to give me a $15 or less toy on that rider. And once I told them the story of why, everybody did it. So we would gather those toys throughout the year and then take them to a community affected by a natural disaster around Christmas time.
And this year it's Waverly.
Waverly. Those floods were terrible. And since the Rock and Roll Marathon is back in Nashville, it's been 2 years since they've had it. It was the perfect opportunity to help a neighbor and in conjunction with Rock This Town, which is the charitable arm of Rock and Roll Marathon and Ironman Foundation, it was just a perfect marriage of being able to help the flood victims.
I saw some video of you on the news this morning. So when people are coming down to the expo, the register, whatever, and you're asking them to do what?
Bring a toy, or you can give a donation. We can take cash, or we have a PayPal, and that's on kinderskidsfoundation.com, and I can send you that link. Also, I'll put a Amazon link on the website. We have an Amazon toy drive, so you can just pick a toy on Amazon. It'll get shipped to us, and then we'll take it to the kids in Waverly.
That is simply just so great, Ryan. And the fact that you've done this and you've seen it, and we've talked about sometimes you give money, you don't know where it goes, but you actually see the toy and see the money go right to the people. And that's just got to be an overwhelming, amazing feeling.
It is. It's crazy because you feel like you're giving, but you're actually getting more back because you see the joy in one kid's eyes when you tell them you can pick any toy you want, and they just light up. It's unbelievable, especially amid such tragedy. There's that little bit of solace to be able to give them a toy, because I mean, around Christmas time, it's pretty tough for a family to think about toys when their house had just been demolished.
Right. I'm with you on that. And I remember the tornado in 2011 going through Tuscaloosa, and Carson Tinker, I don't know if you know him. He's a good friend of mine. He lost his girlfriend in that tornado, and and it doesn't affect you, Ryan, as you will know, for a year. I mean, this affects you the rest of your life.
Absolutely. If there's a storm warning, I'm on my app checking it. I mean, when the sky starts to look like it did that day, I get the same feeling. It absolutely affects you the rest of your life.
All right, now we got your bio up here, and I know we're talking about your organization, what you're doing, but you from Birmingham?
Yes, I was born in Knoxville, but I grew up in Birmingham.
I went to Sanford for a little bit before they asked me not to come back. So
I don't know why.
I love Birmingham.
It's great. I actually learned how to swim at Sanford.
Did you really? I was probably there heckling you, and that's why they didn't ask me to come back.
Throwing me in the deep end.
Yeah, I was doing all that with that. Traveling around and everything. What's the last year and a half been like for you, Ryan?
It's been a lot at home. We haven't been touring that much just because it's been that tough. We've done a lot of Zoom concerts, been writing, releasing music, but we're going to get back on the road next year.
And also, when I saw the video of you down there talking to people, getting to meet and greet people dropping off toys, after what we've all been through the last year and a half, just to see eyes of people and know they're helping out what you're going through right now, it's got to be an amazing feeling too.
It's fantastic. It's awesome to be in that kind of venue as well in the middle of a race. I've love racing. We'll do Ironmans and marathons. And my wife is racing, Heather, who is a co-founder of the foundation with me. She's racing on Saturday, which is tomorrow. Today's Friday. Wow.
Time flies. Now, okay, it's the are you running or no?
I'm not. I was supposed to race the championship in Kona in October, and when I got canceled from COVID for the second time, I decided to take a little break.
Good for you. Rock This Town, the charitable program for the Rock and Roll Running Series, will distribute $8,000 in grant funding to nonprofit initiatives and groups in the national community. That's a great thing. Rock This Town, they're going to team up with Kinder's Kids to host a toy drive of the Rock and Roll Health and Fitness Expo. And again, if you're going down there and you just a simple toy, right?
Yeah, any toy or a monetary donation. It's a lot more fun for people to buy the toy. When we do that, it's fun for me when we get to take all the funds that we've raised throughout the year and go to whatever store and pick the toys. It's being a kid again. It's like you've got a blank check to buy toys for yourself, and you're having fun picking what you think a kid would love.
Right.
And then you get to give it to a kid that really, really needs it. So it's a lot more fun for people to actually buy the toy. But if you can give money, that's fine. We're going to go buy the toys, but it is more enjoyable to just go get the toys.
Plug the website, where we can go on Amazon and do this.
Yeah, so I need to send you that link. So if you have Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, my page, I put a link on there yesterday.
Okay.
And I am going to put it on the Kinder's Kids Foundation website right after this. So you can click that, and I can send it to you and post it if
Yeah,
you
we'll
want.
do that. That's great. The intern is already on it. We'll get that and post it and everything. Hey, Ryan, God bless you, man. And anytime you want to come on and promote anything, just please let us know, man, because I love your heart with you and your wife, what you're doing. I grew up in this community, and I know how important it is to help our neighbors. And thank you for doing this.
No, Joe, thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate you talking to me about it. And absolutely, I would love to come back on whenever you have me. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow, Ryan. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Have a great day, buddy.
You too. See you, man.
All right, it's Ryan Kinder. Again, Kinder's Kids. Just Google that, and all the information's right there. You'll see what he's doing to help out our friends and neighbors in Waverly who are still recovering 3.5 months later from the devastating flood. So anything you could do, any little bit you could do, could help. So thank you, Ryan. All right, when we come back, it is a huge night for Middle Tennessee in high school football. A lot of big games, and who better to talk to than Russell Van Nosy from Main Street Preps joins us next right here on Mornings on Main Street.
The following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee. Main Street Media was founded by Dave and Ellen Gould in 2013. It all started with 3 newspapers in 2 counties and just 3,000 subscribers, and the company only had 10 employees. 8 years later, Main Street Media owns and operates 13 newspapers, 18 websites, and social media pages all over Middle Tennessee. They produce podcasts, videos, and streaming news shows. The company now has 60 employees, and across all their platforms, they reach more than 2 million people a month.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street with, again, tonight, huge night, high school football. We have the DCA football helmet behind us. We've had the Lebanon helmet all week. We have an East Nashville helmet. We've got an Oakland helmet. We got everything here. So better to talk about this is our good friend Russell Van Nosy from Main Street Preps, who joins us this morning with the big night of high school football. Russell, I mean, it's crazy. You could throw a dart tonight at any of the games, and they're going to be fantastic.
Hey, Joe, thanks for having me. Yeah, I think you're right. You know, huge night of high school football. We're really only down to good teams at this point, and I figured DCA over those other helmets would take precedent and get the background there for you. But a big game for them in Jackson tonight, and if you're not going on the road, there's plenty to choose from around here as well.
Well, you know, Tommy Bryan brought the Lebanon Blue Devil helmet in. And let's talk about that game tonight. Oakland's got to go on the road, the top team in all of high school football in the state of Tennessee, to come to Lebanon tonight. And Tommy had a great line the other day. Russell said, Lebanon's just playing with house money. Nobody expects them to be there, and they're having fun. And if I'm Kevin Creasy, that's the toughest kind of football team to go against because, man, there's just nothing. They're just out there having fun and a good time and looking to win a game.
Yeah, I think you're right, Joe. And Lebanon, I believe they lost their first game of the season. They haven't lost since. So, at first, when they were winning, it was like, okay, well, at some point they're going to lose. Like, this is just kind of a fluky thing. And now here we are, the third round of the playoffs, and Lebanon is still alive. Yeah, but Oakland, I mean, they haven't lost in a couple of years since that Blue Cross Bowl in 2019. And they have continued to find ways to win as well every week this year, including some really close games against Lipscomb Academy and CPA, Riverdale as well. So I've still got to give the edge to Oakland, even though that's a really tough matchup there. And they have to go on the road, too, the way the bracket sets up. Have to go on the road to Lebanon. So I think that adds kind of another wrinkle in there. But in my picks, I've still got Oakland pulling that one out 27-17. So we'll see if the Patriots can keep it rolling.
I tout y'all's praises all the time, Russell, for the great job you guys do covering not only football, but soccer and basketball, everything else that goes on there. Another big game tonight we're going to pull up today on the screen here is Page at Green Hill. And I know we all went out and did Green Hill stories this week. What a great story, Russell. I mean, you've covered high school football for a while. For having a program in their second year to get to the quarterfinals of the state playoffs just doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what they've done this year over at Green Hill. And especially considering, last year was the pandemic year and teams really didn't get like a full practice summer and all of that. So for them to play a full schedule last year, I think was huge for them. They picked up Republic's schedule when Republic folded his football program. So I think that was really important because otherwise they probably would have just played maybe a few exhibition games, maybe a JV schedule. But they went ahead and got that first year, under their belt last year. It was kind of a throwaway season anyways for a lot of teams. And they came out this year and were ready to roll. That's another team that, lost their first game of the season, I believe, to Siegel and also hasn't lost since. So they've really found some magic. But they do welcome a very tough Page team that's led by Colorado State quarterback commitment Jake McNamara. He's the brother of Cade McNamara, who has Michigan really high in the college football rankings right now. But Page can throw the ball around, and they've had a really nice season too. And I think that one's really a coin flip game. Could go either way. It's at Green Hill, and I picked Page 38-34 over Green Hill, but I honestly wouldn't be shocked if that score was the other way around and Green Hill kept going.
Another game that you guys are covering tonight, Ravenwood at Summit. Will Hester, the coach at Ravenwood, he's just simply a fantastic coach. I love Bryant Coleman at Summit. He's a great coach. I'm not cheering for either team because I know both coaches well, but what a great game. And you got this a lot closer than what I think it would be, but you know more about this than I do. Why do you think this game will be close tonight?
Yeah, so they already played each other in the regular season. I believe that was a Summit 49-28 win. Kind of got a little bit out of hand there when the Wade twins took over. Destin and Keaton Wade, as they have so many times this year and throughout their careers. But, Ravenwood, they've played really well. They went on the road to Collierville and won. They beat Whitehaven in the first round. That was a tough first-round draw. And Chris Parson, Florida State commitment quarterback, has just been he's been money. He's been very good throwing the ball. He can also run the ball when needed. And I don't know, something about that first result was just a little bit too lopsided for me. So I think perhaps Ravenwood has closed the gaps since they last played a month plus ago. And I still do have Summit, like you said, taking that one 35-28. But I would think it's a little bit better of a game this time around.
Where are you headed to tonight, Russell?
I'm staying here in Nashville, going to Davidson Academy at Lipscomb Academy. So, Lipscomb is going to be a heavy favorite in that one, but Davidson, they went on the road the last 2 weeks and won playoff games against ECS and Christian Academy, or not Christian Academy in Knoxville. That was who CPA played. They played Knoxville Webb, Davidson did. So it's their first season in Division II AA, and they are going to get a huge test at Lipscomb, but we'll see. It's going to be a spot for the D2 AA Blue Cross Bowls on the line there, so it should be a fun one.
Do we see a Lipscomb and CPA collision again like we saw last year in the Cookeville, this time in Chattanooga for the state title?
I think all signs point to that, Joe. CPA's got to go on the road to Lausanne tonight, but they match up really well there, and I think they're going to go on the road and pull that one out. So as long as Lipscomb doesn't have a slip-up, I think you're looking at a rematch, not only of last year's title game, but also of the regular season game that Lipscomb Academy ran away with 38-0. So I'm sure if it happens, CPA is really going to be chomping at the bit there to kind of get another crack at Lipscomb.
White House at East Nashville is also a very intriguing game because a lot of people didn't think East Nashville would be in this spot. White House having a great year. And just to me, that's a great environment at East because it's near downtown. And you can have dinner across the street, go to the game. And but only just two great programs. And I didn't think these two schools would be in the quarterfinals, Russell.
Yeah, I think I may have I believe I did have East Nashville pegged as a contender there in 3A, and it's not necessarily because I was just convinced that they were going to be a great team like they've turned out to be, but kind of the competition there in 3A is not what it was, or not what it was last year, like when Pearl Cone was there with them. I think Pearl Cone leaving and moving up to 4A was a huge benefit for them, but I don't want to take away anything from East Nashville because you're right. They've had a great season. They have just obliterated the first two playoff opponents, White House Heritage and Waverly. And White House is from that same region. So I'm kind of expecting a similar result here tonight. They've got Amarion Ford had almost 300 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns last week. And they basically they gave him the ball in the first play of the game. He scored a touchdown. So I think they just keep feeding him and they'll probably be all right and be able to keep it rolling against White House.
Now, I played big Metro high school football guy here, went to McGavick, and the last Metro team that won a state title, if I recall correctly, was 2008 with Hillsboro. And so now we've got two teams. We've got Pearl Cone's got to go taking a very tough Tullahoma team tonight in 4A and East Nashville. So there's a distinct possibility, Russell, if they win out, we have two Metro teams could be playing for a state championship in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I really got my eyes on that Pearl Cone Tullahoma game too, because like you said, that was a 3-point game the first time around. Tullahoma won at home, and now Pearl Cone's got to go back there. But they've got Barryon Brown back. They've got a lot of their offensive linemen healthy, and so they should be in pretty good shape to put up a good fight there. And yeah, I think White House definitely advances tonight, and then you're looking at those teams needing one more win after this week. And you're right that they would be there in Chattanooga, and so. I think if you just get there, that's a huge accomplishment, and you give yourself obviously a chance to get hardware. So that would be really cool for Metro football, especially just a year after their whole season was messed up by COVID last year. To get one or even two teams on that final weekend, I think would be really huge for the district.
Amen, Russell. Amen all the way. Again, thank you for joining us this morning. MainStreetPreps.com. Again, I tout you guys all the time, the great work you guys do, and Russell, I really appreciate your time, and we'll see you down the road, buddy.
All right, Joe. Yeah, thanks for being a big cheerleader for us. We appreciate that, and good luck to DCA tonight.
Thank you, my man. Russell Venozzi, the editor of the Main Street Preps at MainStreetPreps.com. That's why I signed up for Main Street Media a couple of years ago, because of the great coverage for high school athletics, and they've just gotten better and better. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with, you know what time it is. It's time for America's favorite trivia show. That's next, right here, Mornings on Main Street.
Every year, it costs Tennessee more than $15 million to clean up roadside litter. It's time to keep your trash to yourself and our roadways clear, because nobody trashes Tennessee.
Is your roof in need of repairs? Maybe it's time for a full roof replacement. If so, choose Middle Tennessee's #1 rated roofer. Tim Leeper Roofing has provided the Nashville area with outstanding residential and commercial services for nearly 2 decades. And with hundreds of 5-star reviews, Tim Leeper Roofing has satisfied thousands of homeowners. To schedule a free and honest estimate, find us online at timleeperroofing.com.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour. It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
Really good try. There aren't any cops around. I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Tell me your name, sir. Where you are right now? Now.
right, welcome back to the final segment of Mornings on Main Street. Intern, let's see if I can do this properly again. Look at that in the middle. That's my dog. She was sleeping and snoring on the couch yesterday while I was trying to work.
Oh, that's cute. Look at her. Oh,
Can we just keep this up the whole time?
I would love that.
Okay. So she does. She's lazy, but my God, she's beautiful.
She is. She's a very pretty sleeper.
She is. Thank you so much. And so what I do is right under her neck, all the scrunchies, I just rub it and kiss on it. So if you wonder how I spend my time during the day, that's how I spend my time. All right.
I have a pug, so I also know the jowls as well. That's a fun thing to do.
Well, next week you can put your dog up there if that's okay.
I will. I'll do it.
Why would you ever take my picture of my dog down?
Oh, I'm sorry. Here she is.
Okay. How about this then? We'll there we go. Games we can play with all that. All right. So time for celebrity birthdays. You ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. First birthday up today is actress Allison Janney. She's on the show Mom and was on West Wing.
Let's do 72.
62. Meg Ryan from Harry Met Sally.
Right. 58.
She is 60.
A little higher.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got it within 2. Actress Jodie Foster from Silence of the Lambs.
She's probably 64.
59. Adam Driver. He plays
Kylo.
Kylo, that's it, yeah.
Big Star Wars guy. Let's say he's probably 31. No, 33.
Nope. You got to go with what comes out first, brother.
31.
Yeah, he's 38. You're still wrong. All right. So you're 1 for 2. That's not bad. Sportscaster Ahmad Rashad.
37.
Ooh, close. He's 72. Journalist Ann Curry. She's the one that hated Matt Lauer, and he got her fired from the Today Show. Ann Curry.
42.
65.
Goodness, I'm not doing well.
Let me ask Lizzie. Lizzie, are you awake? No. Country singer Billy Currington.
Oh, he's great. Let's do 39.
Close. 48. The dancer, choreographer, Savion Glover.
45.
48, almost.
Oh,
all right. You got to get this one, man. Rapper
right.
Lil Mo.
Lil Mo, 24.
44.
Big Mo. Older Mo.
What about, all right, a few more, 2 more. You got to get, come on, let's get these.
All right, come on.
All right. I think maybe the picture of my dog is distracting you.
Trying to give her nucks. Let's go.
There we go. All right. How old is Ted Turner?
Ooh, let's see.
What's he from? What'd you say? He's still in the Atlanta Braves.
Turner Field, right?
Yep.
84.
83. Well done. All right, here's your final one for today. Let's go. Let's make it a good weekend, okay?
All right.
Fashion designer Calvin Klein.
76.
79.
Ooh.
Oh, you were so close.
Man.
But you got Ted Turner. You were so close with Calvin Klein. I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks, man.
Well
it was
done.
Lizzie.
She helped me out also, before we go, let's
yes.
bring this up here. All right, if you're just not joining the show, last night I found out that the abominable snowman from Rudolph has a name, and his name's Bumble, and I've never heard him called Bumble until last night, and I had a real problem with this.
Yeah, that's should be news to probably a lot of people. I doubt a lot of people knew that.
You didn't know this, did you?
Of course I knew it, Joe. No, I'm just kidding. No, I had no idea.
I had no idea. Okay, well, now I do, and I'm not happy with that. So, but there we have it. All right, intern, thanks, brother. Have a good weekend, man.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us today. Really thank Nick Nichols about Christmas trees, Ryan Kinder about the organization that's raising money for toys for the Waverly flood victims, Coach Turkish from the Murfreesboro Soccer Club, the big event they're having tonight, and Russell Van Nosey getting you ready for the big night of high school football all around. The weekend is here. Go out and have a great time. Remember, let people in traffic, open doors, smile, be nice. And I'll leave you with this. Nobody ever went broke by giving. Have a great weekend, everybody.